one of the hardest parts of these videos is how do I start the video itself? What do I say to start off the video? That's really become one of the hardest parts to me. Like now I just started by talking, right? I didn't say hello, I didn't say hi, I didn't say this is my channel, etc. And from what I'm watching on some of these helpful YouTube tutorials and videos and stuff while I'm going through this journey, is that first 3 to 5 seconds is probably the most important part of the video. It makes sure that people stay and watch your video. And as authentic as you want to be, you still want them to be able to be hooked in that first part of the video. And it's a difficult balance for me to make, because I don't want to be inauthentic by saying something that is going to cause someone just to watch the video for a little longer because of what I say at the start. But I do also understand that the algorithm works in a certain way, and people don't stay and watch something if they're not immediately hooked and interested in something. So there's a whole psychology that goes with it. So that is one of the hardest parts for starting this whole thing for me. And then once I generally get into the flow of talking, it kind of tends to be easy from there. When I look up at the timer on the camera, it's generally at 8 to 10 minutes, so it's gone by pretty quickly. And it's because I get into some sort of flow or rhythm, and that's what I try to do with all of these videos. So as unscripted as possible, maybe a few notes here and there, but generally that I can make it as unscripted and as real as possible. And it may involve a lot of rambling around about things, but really for someone looking to get started with this, and I tell my mom this sometimes also, I think there's a lot of opportunity for older people doing YouTube, because I've seen a lot of these channels where people are just talking about their general lives and getting insane amount of views for some reason, because I think people like real, people like authentic. People are tired of this curated social media where their lives get compared to someone who's showing their best selves. And so when not knowing what to talk about, I talk to my mom and I say to her, look, social media is a new thing for your generation. It's something you didn't grow up with. It's something I didn't grow up with, but I think we got to learn it a lot earlier in life than people of my mom's generation. But when looking at social media, it's about trying to find your people and trying to find the opportunity out there to help people with your message also, and help people with what you've learned throughout your life. And I see a lot of these older folks' channels blowing up because of this, because they're real, they're not edited, they're authentic. And I think YouTube's focusing on that, and I think there's a need and a want out there from people to see authentic content, to see what people's lives are really like, even if they're then comparing themselves to those people's lives. There's a want for people to see how other people live, how other people think. And just going back to what I've been telling my mom about that, I've been talking to her and telling her to try something like that out, but I haven't been doing it myself. And so I think it's important for me to walk the walk also, go through this journey myself, as see how painful it is, because telling someone to do something and doing it yourself, or telling someone to do something without doing it yourself, is not really a good way of teaching someone or helping them through something. I feel like you have to learn and experience something yourself to be able to talk the talk. And so as hard as these YouTube videos are, I'm trying to shoot them 3 times a week, and don't always know how to, 1, start the video, and 2, where the video is going to lead, 3, what I'm going to talk about during the whole video. It sometimes just starts to flow, but when I look back on it, I find that the story is not really good. There's no real storytelling, and I think I'm really bad at that. I need to get better at how to tell some sort of story, because right now these videos just go from one thing to the next, and I don't know if that's okay. It may be. So it's really an experiment, throwing things out there, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. Can I just talk to the camera? I find that I'm really good at talking when there's someone there that I'm talking to. Camera is very hard to talk to because you've got to keep coming up with things to say to the camera, pretending like someone's on the other end. But when I have someone to riff off of and someone who's talking to me and we're having a good conversation, it's a lot easier to find insights and talk. And so I'm starting to think, is a podcast the thing that I might be better at than just talking to a camera by myself? I don't know yet, and I think it's maybe something I'll try down the line. But for now, I'm really trying to do the 3 videos a week thing. Today's Friday. It's gotten to Friday. I haven't done one video yet, so I need to do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday this week to get to my quota. And I really want to keep to that every week. I've done it for 3 weeks so far. This is the 4th week. If I can do this, I've got 12 videos in 4 weeks. And so I just want to really keep doing that. And speaking hasn't always come easy to me. I was a pretty shy kid up to high school pretty much. It was very hard for me to have a conversation with people because I didn't know what to respond to, how to talk to them. I think my first few jobs really helped me come out of my shell. I worked in retail, and I worked as a bank teller, and it meant having to talk to people every single day. And that, I believe, gave me the foundation for someone who was pretty shy and may not have the same social skills as a regular person at that point. That really helped me progress and be able to talk to people every day, practice that every day, because I had to, for my jobs, talk to people. I had to go up to people in retail and talk to them and ask them what they needed and everything was okay and can I help them with something. And in the bank, you have people coming to you every single day, adults making a lot of money, and you have to deal with that on a daily basis. And so that gave me a really good foundation, I think, for moving forward in my life, and it became easier from that point. So you never know what kinds of jobs, even the ones early on in your life, you never know what kind of skill sets you'll develop from those. And to me, that helped me be able to talk to people better. And so growing up not being as social as the regular person to now being able to do it a lot better and actually enjoying social interactions. It also does come down obviously to the introvert versus extrovert type of personality, but I think you can still be an introvert and be able to engage and talk to people in a really thoughtful manner and one that you enjoy. Introverts like me need time to themselves also to recharge, but being able to converse at parties, at social events, it just makes such a big difference to how your life goes. And so I don't think being an introvert should prevent you from doing that also. So these videos will continue. I don't even know where I started this whole ramble, but what I've noticed in my videos is that there are certain phrases that I use a lot, and there are certain pauses the way I do. So I'm starting to try to figure out how to stop doing those things. I say the word so a lot. So I'm trying to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm figuring out how to avoid that in my speech every time. Things like that, I need to go back and watch these videos, which I don't do enough of. I'll just post the video after I've recorded it. That's my thought process right now. I don't want to think too much about what the video is about before I post it. I try and make a good thumbnail and a title, and that's it, and then post the video without much thought, because I just want to get them up there. I was about to say so, and I didn't, so I caught myself doing it there. But when you get in the flow also, you don't want to have to catch yourself and stop saying things that you would normally say, even though it might make your delivery better. I'm just trying to keep in the flow and talk like I would usually talk to a friend. Again, I don't know where this video is going. It's really to get it up there, to post, to help myself walk through this journey and see if it is as simple as I'm telling people like my mom to be able to do this. And it's not easy. I realize now that it's not just easy talking to a camera, setting it up, and walking through things in your life. I think I need to go and find topics that I'm comfortable talking about and can just then walk through these topics, and hopefully that helps people also. I think I'll get to that point at some point. Right now, the first step in this journey does seem to be talking to the camera for the sake of talking to the camera about things that I'm feeling and experiencing in my life. I think that's an important part to go through at the start before you can then get to more prescriptive videos about things that you might want to talk about as a single topic to help other people. So right now I think it's helping myself, the first part of the journey, talk through, get better at this, and then I think I'll be better at helping other people on topics that I'm more knowledgeable about. Okay, we've got to the end of the video. I think it's 11 minutes already. We have, it's flown by again. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you bearing with me. This is a long, hard, a little bit embarrassing journey, but I'm going to keep going through it for now. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.